Mr. Agnew.
Thank you, Chairman. Over the last 4 years in this committee, I've noticed a head of steam from MEPs wanting forestry to be included in agricultural policy. Every time, routinely, I tell them that forestry is not within the competence of the European Union. That's met with some patronising smiles and people not saying anything at all. I've never heard the Commission actually agreeing with me. Well, we're coming to a crunch point now. The Commission should say to the MEPs, sorry chaps, but we cannot legislate on forestry. This has to be done at European Council level. It requires a treaty change, and that has to be unanimous. And until that happens, I think we should simply stop talking about it. The second point is about these protein crops. Yes, there's a shortage of protein in Europe. Now, most protein crops are leguminous. Those that aren't, the protein tends to be a byproduct of the main crop. All leguminous crops emit nitrous oxide, which is a greenhouse gas which farmers are told they must reduce the greenhouse gases. So on the one hand, we are asking farmers to reduce their greenhouse gases, and if they don't, they can be subject to penalties. And on the other hand, we're asking them to grow more leguminous crops, and some people are talking about coupled aid to give them a bonus. So we're going to give them something on the one hand and take it away on the other. Is anyone going to address this contradiction? Thank you.
Next point that I have very quickly, protein crops. I think there we all have a joint objective of supporting the sector. There will be a very important event in Austria later in the course of this week, and the Commission will there present a report how it intends to tackle that challenge. Let me here just mention that protein crops can already be supported through coupled support in the first pillar. And when it comes to the rapporteur's proposal to include protein crops also in the so-called other sectors for which sectoral interventions can be set up, I think we are very open to have that discussion together with you.